Hello everyone, it is Jess and today I am here with a layout for you all using a sketch. So I am putting the sketch up on the screen now. It is a Chamel Lane sketch, which you can either find on Pinterest or her scrapbook, or her scrapbook page, her website. It is sketch number 20, which is very similar, I think, to a layout that I put up not that long ago. I don't know if I actually made a video for it or if it was just something I scrapbooked not that long ago. Could be either. So I'm using papers from Box of Crayons for this layout. It's a Chamel sketch. I thought I would use Chamel papers. So these are older papers. You might still have them around. I am using orange. I don't often scrapbook with orange. Actually, I almost never scrapbook with orange. However, the pictures that I'm using are green. Very, very green. And if you know anything about color theory, green is kind of opposite orange. It's opposite purple. I guess blue would be opposite orange. But anyway, it's opposite-ish to orange. So I am using green, or oh my goodness, I'm using orange, cream, and this multicolored navy polka dot. I think it's the polka dot and the cream are like, they're one paper. I just used front and back of it. I needed somewhere to write my journaling, which there's quite a bit of journaling on this layout because it's about the bridge. It's not really so much about me in the photos. It's more like why this bridge is significant and like why we're there looking at it. I cannot pronounce the name of this bridge. I do title my layout with the name of the bridge. If you are interested, this bridge is at the Old Course at St. Andrews in Scotland. It's a golf course. If you don't follow golf, I don't follow golf, but I know what the Old Course is. I've been there a couple times now. Actually, I think I've been there like 4 times now. Every time I go to Scotland, people seem to take me to the Old Course. But anyways, I don't golf. I just like the teeny tiny little bridge. It's a very small bridge. Now, I don't have a great picture of it because there were people standing on it. So you can kind of see it there. You can't see the whole bridge in this picture because I did try to cover up the people that were standing on it because I don't know them. They were not in my group that was on this particular tour. But that's fine. So it's a teeny tiny little bridge that was built about 700 years ago. It's built in a Roman arch style. If you are interested in architecture, which I am, I love architecture, all kinds of architecture, but in specific, I like Roman architecture, or Greek. Roman and Greek, but mainly Roman. I actually, fun fact, took an entire online course about Roman architecture, so I know a lot about it. So, this teeny little bridge was not... Sorry, that yawn came out of nowhere. That little bridge was not built by the Romans. It was built by shepherds. According to Wikipedia anyways. It was built by shepherds to help them bring their livestock over this tiny little creek, which is called a burn, if you are Scottish. It's a burn. It's a name for a stream. So these embellishments that I'm using are from Nicole Jones, who is Nicole Jones 911 here on YouTube. You can purchase these from her website. I did purchase these. I purchased all of them with the exception of the couple that I got from taking her online class, which I also paid for myself. So I don't remember which ones I got from the class. I'm sorry. I would be very honest with you if I said like, hey, these are the ones that I got for taking the class, but I don't remember. So I am going to be using those in the background to help break up the blockiness of this layout. I stayed very, very, very true to the sketch that I'm using. I did not stray from it. I don't actually think I strayed from it at all. I put the embellishment clusters where they're supposed to go. My embellishment clusters are very small, especially for me. Usually I add more stuff into my embellishment clusters, but there's just so much bright going on this layout that I really felt like it was done after I added in like the 3 things. So each little grouping is going to have a big viewfinder, a small viewfinder, and a puffy heart in purple. I did just make sure that, you know, like the orange viewfinder was on the blue side and the blue viewfinder was on the orange side, just so, you know, they weren't like tone on tone, which there's nothing wrong with doing tone on tone, but for this I wanted to make sure that, you know, you can actually see them. And then I'm going to put my title on. Now, my title caused me the most trouble. One, because I can't pronounce it. But also, I wasn't sure what color to make it. I thought about putting it in the orange, but then I was like, well, you're not really going to see the orange. Then I thought, well, maybe I'll do it in the yellow because the yellow isn't really featured on here, and there's a little bit in the polka dot, so it'll stand out nicely. And then I was like, but there's no other yellow on here. So here I am looking up what the St. Andrew's Bridge is called because I knew it had a funny name, but yeah, I can't pronounce that. It's like Swilcan, I guess. I'm sure that's wrong, but anyways. So I am using Simple Stories Color Vibe letter stickers for this title. You are going to be seeing a lot of these stickers on my YouTube pages because I love them. I have so many of them. I have the little ones that came with the Snap collection too, and I just love them so much. So I think I'm using the dark gray here, which matches the background. And I thought about using a different color to put bridge on. I toyed with the idea of using red because there's red polka dots and yellow and the teal and then back to the orange, and eventually I will go back to that same dark gray color and just use the tile stickers instead. That's what I'm saying. It was a long process. So I thought about using the orange, and then I'm like, oh no, this orange doesn't really match because the orange in the pattern paper is a very red orange. So then I started reading Wikipedia while I try and figure out what color to use, and I don't know if I thought I was going to get inspiration from reading the Wikipedia entry about this bridge or what, but anyways, that's what happened. I got distracted. So I do actually use the same color that I had out earlier, just in the tile letters instead of the, I don't know what you would call those, like individual, well, they're still individual letters, but they're like the cutout, actual cutout letter as opposed to cut in a rectangle. So I just call it the Swilcan Bridge. I did bounce those little tile letters up and down a bit, just for something a little bit different because, oh, and I made a spelling error in my journaling. The very first word right at the beginning, I just kept going. I corrected it and just kept on going. The pen that I use for journaling in black is a 0.5 Muji gel pen. It's my favorite. It writes amazing and I love it. I bought a whole package of them when I was in London like 2 years ago I think. London, England. And they're still going strong. So I'm just writing about like why this bridge is significant, what it was used for, why it's become like an icon for the golf community, etc. Fun fact, which I didn't know, there is a exact model replica of this bridge in St. Augustine, Florida at a golf museum. I didn't know there was a golf museum there either. I don't play golf. I don't follow golf. I posed at the golf course because it is the birthplace of golf in Scotland. And then I went back not 2 years later, and I looked at it again. And that was all. I think I add some enamel dots into this layout, I believe, and apparently I'm listening to Frozen. Oh, right, the gold mist. I put gold mist on this layout, and you're gonna see what happens in a second. I drop it directly onto my photo. Like, yeah, right on the photo. So I quickly grabbed some paper towel and dabbed it up without trying to, like, wipe it too much, because if you wipe it, you'll wipe the color off. And I did wipe a bit of the color off, but it's fine. So I add some gold mist, and then that is everything. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.